Hi guys. So I'm at work. I'm on my break. People watching, that's at my job. And I just had to take a moment and I had to express how I feel. I'm in a space in my life where when I'm feeling some type of way, I have to get it out. Like I can't keep it in, because when I was growing up, if I felt some type of way, I wouldn't express it. I would always just hold it in. And when I got older, I developed anxiety because I was always thinking about how I felt, processing it, keep internalizing it, and not speaking it. Like I said, I'm at a space in my life where I have to talk about how I feel. Today is just a blah day. It has been raining. I'm convinced the weather don't know what it want to do. I don't know if it want to rain or it want to snow. Either way go, I wish it would pick one, because this in between, man, I can't do all that. I don't like it to be indecisive. Like it needs to pick a side. Pick a side. With that being said, because it's like gloomy outside, like my mood is just like, my energy. Comment down below if that happens to you, like depending on how it is outside, whether it's sunny or it's rainy or it's nasty, cold, if that affects your mood. But for me, it has me like blah. But I've also been in a space of trying to figure things out, sort through things that are in my mind, different situations that I'm dealing with that I have kind of dealt with, but haven't 100% wholeheartedly dealt with. Right now, I'm dealing with a situation with my current ex and my son's father. My son's father really has like this level of entitlement. Like his entitlement is at an all-time high right now. And I feel like I'm the blame, not intentionally, because back up. I'm the blame. And I say that because we've been in a better space with communication. We've been doing things together for the sake of my son, so that my son can be, see us in a positive light, because things between us haven't always been that way. So we've been doing more things together so that our son can see us in a positive light and be around both of us. And we both found that, like, when my son is around both of us at the same time and we're actually getting along, my son is happy. For the sake of my child, I've been trying to get along with him. I've been just do better at co-parenting with him. I slowly but surely realized that I am more in a mental and emotional state to do that than he is. He still wants to be with me. I don't want to be with him anymore. I made that very clear. I don't want to be with him. I have no interest in being in a relationship with him. I don't see a future with him. None of that. Like, I'm still angry with him. And I have yet to figure that out. Like, why I'm still angry. Like, some of the things that happened between us, I've dealt with, a lot of the things actually that happened between us, I dealt with it. And I've healed from it. But this particular emotion is angry. Like, I cannot put my finger on why I'm still angry. I guess I have to figure out. I really do, because I feel like it's keeping me stagnant, still looking at me and his parenting, or me and him co-parenting, like, whatever is going to be for the best interest of my child, I'll do it. Even if that means it's a personal thing for him, like giving him a ride if he doesn't have a car, or loaning him gas money or whatever. I'm not obligated to do any of those things, but I find myself doing those things because I'm like, any type of situation that's going to affect my child is going to affect me, and I don't like it, so I'm going to deal with it. So I have to kind of reframe my thoughts and get that out of my head. I have to, mentally check myself when it comes to that. So that's something that I'm trying to do. That's one acknowledgement that I'm aware of. In dealing with that, my current ex, we've been kind of talking about working it out. I'm still, not on the fence, but I'm still like iffy about it, because I'm just, it's some things that I still feel some type of way about that I have to deal with me and him. Nonetheless, we've talked about it. I was honest, I told him I gave son's father a ride, and maybe I erred in doing that. And y'all let me know down below, like, do y'all think that I probably overshared with that I shouldn't have told him that? Me, I'm thinking I'm being transparent, because that's just how I am. I'm in a space of full transparency, whether you like it or not. I mean, I'm gonna be respectful. However, I still want to be honest. So anyway, I shared that with him, and he got upset. Now, I see it from his perspective, why he got upset. And I acknowledged it. I didn't, downplay his feelings or anything like that. But in turn, I got upset because he's like, I'm over here keeping myself for you as if we're in a relationship, even though we're not. And you're over there just doing stuff that if we were really in a relationship, you wouldn't be doing. And he was like, maybe I shouldn't be keeping myself for you anymore. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So I turned around and I said, well, if that's what you feel, do what you feel is best for yourself. Because technically we're not in a relationship, so there is no obligation. And he got upset and kept saying to me, I'm over here keeping myself for you, and you just, you're doing what you want to do, and you have every right to do it, but still, maybe that's just something I should. He always says that to me. So anyway, I got mad because I told him, I said, I feel like whenever something isn't going the way that you want it to go, you make it a point to bring that up. Like, it's almost like trying to guilt trip me into doing what he wants me to do. And that's bullshit to me. Excuse my French, but I feel like that's BS. It's like, at the end of the day, we're not in a relationship. There's no real commitment. There's no title. I don't care what you say. People can say what they want to say, but titles are important to people because it lets a person know where you stand with them. And it lets other people know, like, yes, we are in a relationship, so other people will know that you guys are in a relationship. No, it's not all about the title, but a title is establishing what you guys are. So it is important. So keep that in mind. That's just how I feel. No, we are not in a relationship. We do not claim each other as boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, fiance, whatever. We are both single. At one point I was dating somebody else, but dating sucks. So I just kind of took a step back. And of course I was still kind of talking to him. So I kind of took a step back, and whereas he is claiming that on his end, he is not seeing anybody. He's not dating. He's not entertaining anyone. He's not having sex with anyone, which I'm not doing either. He's saying that he's not doing these things. He wants me to do the same thing and act as if we're together without actually being together. And that does not sit right with me. I can't get with it. It just don't sit right with me. Like, no matter how much I sit and I process it and I ponder and I think about it, and I'm like, yo, can I do this? Can I not do this? Like, this is crazy. Am I tripping? Like, somebody please help me out. Throw me a line or something. Like, I'm really struggling with that. Like, I care about him. Don't get me wrong. He's in my heart. I would love to be in a real committed relationship with him. This whole, let's just work towards being back together while I get myself to a better space, financially, emotionally, maybe for him, whereas me, my emotional state is fine. My financial state is not 100%, but it's good, and it's to the point where I can, I'm working towards getting myself to where it's great. And I'm ready to be in a committed relationship. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's some things that I have to process and think about myself as well. But he just really has me iffy with this whole, let's work towards being in a relationship. Let's hold ourselves as if we're in a relationship, where we're not going to actually be in a relationship. We're just going to work towards being in a relationship while not being in a relationship. I'm just like, okay, what does that look like? Are we going to see each other? Are we going to spend time with each other? Are we going to have physical interactions? And we had this conversation a while ago, and he said yes, but I've probably seen him once since that conversation was had. And this was months ago, like maybe a month, almost 2 months ago. So now, mind you, he already is long distance. He's 2 hours away. So you think about that. Like, you're already long distance. So it's already hard to see each other like that. And I'm not even going to say it's hard to see each other like that, because he's only 2 hours away. You know what I'm saying? On a good day, he's an hour and 50 minutes. Nonetheless, he's 2 hours away. So it's like, that's not really an issue for me. He makes me feel like before, when we were dealing with each other, I was a priority. Now it's like, get in where you fit in. And I don't like that. I don't know. No, I don't deserve to be in that space. I don't feel like it's fair. So I just have all these mixed emotions. And y'all can tell me if I'm tripping. Please comment in the comment section. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if I'm not tripping. Let me know if I need to chill, whatever. Y'all, I'm open. I'm an open book. You can tell me. I'm working on my hair. My hair is a work in progress. Living down here in Virginia, the humidity is crazy. So I try to wrap my hair up as much as possible so it doesn't get fuzzy because it will. Sorry, I went on a rant. But yeah, y'all can let me know if I'm tripping or not. I feel like sometimes as women, we know within our hearts what we should and shouldn't do. And a lot of times we don't want to listen to that voice because we want to continue to hold on to what we saw, the vision that we saw in our heads, or what we thought it was going to be, or if he gave us a little snippet of what it could possibly be, we hold on to that. And then when things go left, we continue to hold on to the little snippet that we got instead of just accepting like this might be what it is. And I might not ever get that fairy tale that I had, that I thought I was getting in the beginning. And also, a lot of us don't want to be alone. That one, I had a conversation with myself earlier, and yes, I do talk to myself. I feel like it's a good thing to do. I was talking to myself earlier. I said to myself, like, why am I still holding on to a situation that is not really what I want? And lately, like for the last year and a half, I've been doing a lot of purging in my life, whether it's voluntarily or involuntarily. I've been purging. So a lot of situations that should have been dead a long time ago have been dying. Friendships have ended that didn't serve me a purpose anymore. Relationships, connections, whatever. Some of them hurt. Some of them I'm still processing. Some of them I've accepted. But in the grand scheme of it all, in the process of me purging, I've been alone a lot. By myself a lot. And it's crazy. It's a most people would embrace it. But when you've gone a significant period of your life where you literally been alone, and I don't mean being in a relationship with somebody, dealing with somebody, because you could be in a relationship with somebody and deal with somebody and still be alone. Let me say that again.
You can be in a relationship with somebody and deal with somebody and still be alone.
You could still be lonely. You could still feel alone. So even though I've had connections, I've had situationships, relationships, whatever, I've still been alone. Because at the end of the day, you got to deal with self. I've had thoughts, I've had feelings, I've had conversations with myself that I've had to process and deal with myself. And the person that I was talking to at the time, dealing with whatever, it ain't their job to help me deal with it. It's my job to help me deal with it. I went a significant amount of time by myself, within my thoughts, my feelings, processing, going through the motions, whatever. Yes, I've dealt with people, but anyway, going through literally as of late, the last year and a half, I've been going through a lot of situations by myself. And a lot of the situations are really hard situations that when you go through them, you don't want to go through by yourself because it's very scary. It's a very scary situation. My emotions were all over the place. I feel like at one point I developed PTSD. Comment below if you want me to make a separate video about one of my experiences during the pandemic and with my son, when that happened, that I had to deal with by myself and I developed PTSD from. So comment down below if you want me to make a separate video about that. Was dealing with a lot of situations that the average person would want somebody around to at least give them comfort, or so that they could talk to about it, or that they could experience and not have to be by themselves and experience these things. And I've dealt with a lot by myself over the last year, and at times it's things that I felt like I shouldn't have had to deal with by myself, even though I probably had to. I personally felt like I shouldn't have to because I had friends. I had somebody that I was talking to. I might not have been in a relationship with him, but he knew what was going on. I had friends. First of all, I have one friend that does not live here. She lives in Louisiana. I talk to her every day. So she always knows what's going on with me. She's always willing to get on a plane and come see me, but I be telling her, girl, don't waste that money. We could talk over the phone. I'm good with venting to you for now. But I have had friends that were local, live close, that when I looked up, a lot of them knew what was going on with me, and Nobody checked on me. I just dealt with it by myself. And I'm still kind of processing that. That's like still kind of hard for me, because when everybody else was going through, I was there. I was checking on them, making sure they were good. I'm that person. That's just me. That's the type of heart that I have. I'm always caring for other people. When I had my hard times and I didn't really see anybody around, that was hard for me. That was rough. But it also let me know who was really in my corner. And sad to say, it was maybe one person. But sometimes that's the tough reality that we gotta face, right? It's tough, but sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes you think the people that you call your tribe, sometimes you think that they're there for you, and sometimes they're really not. They have their own things going on, and that's life. They have their own things going on, but when you are reaching out, or when you putting yourself out there, letting them know, like, hey, this is what I'm going through, but they don't, like, cling closer to you and, hey, girl, you need anything? I know you was going through this. Are you okay? Are you really okay? Like, that's, like, tough. I experienced that. One of my friendships right now, as I speak, is a friendship in question. That friendship has been in question, for real. That friendship, honestly, over the years has been tested, and I've chosen to ignore some of the signs because I wanted to see the good in the person instead of taking the situation for what it is, like we do men. Anyway, then that person became friends with somebody else, and as soon as she became friends with that other person, it was like me and her just went out the window. And I'm like, wait a minute. When you just had a real bad situation, and I mean bad, I was there. Like, at the time that she had her situation, me and her wasn't even on good terms 100%. We were actually on bad terms. When she had her situation, I put my feelings to the side, and I wanted to be there for her, because at the end of the day, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you bad off, so I want to be there for you. We could deal with the feelings after the fact, when you get better, whatever. Yeah, that never happened. I was there for her. I could never find myself wanting to talk to her about my feelings, because I didn't want to stress her out. And in turn, it left me with internalizing and feeling with my feelings by myself. So some of that I blame on myself. I take accountability for that. Anyway, yeah, I said all that to say, sometimes we go through things, and sometimes we purge, and that's life. We have to go through these phases in life to get to the next phase of life. When we're going to the next level, sometimes we lose friends, we shed things, we lose friends, we might lose a job, we might lose money, relationships. These are things that we lose, and sometimes we have to leave things where they are in that phase. They can't come with us to the next phase of our life. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm in a different phase of my life where I've shed all of my friends. I may have 2 friends. Not that I had a lot in the beginning, but I may have 2 friends opposed to like maybe 4, 5. Yeah. So, and that's something that I'm still trying to learn how to accept. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to accept it. I just went on a rant, but I just wanted to express how I felt about something that I was dealing with today, something that I was processing today. And at the end of it all, I always want to leave y'all with a positive note. Always be true to yourself, no matter what other people say and think. Sometimes you might have friends, family, relationships, mentors, associates, mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, daughter, son, whoever, that might not agree with what you choose to do. And they might tell you, and that's fine. They have the right to express. If that's a person that you care about, let them express how they feel. You don't have to agree with it, but you can let them express how they feel. Respect them as a person. Let them express it. And then at the end of the day, if you trust yourself enough and your intuition enough to know that I'm going to make the best decision for myself, do what's best for you. Do what's best for you at the end of the day. Because at the end of it all, you're the one that's going to be left with dealing with the consequences of your decision. So I leave y'all with that. Peace, love, and light. Bye.